Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and having a fantastic week. In today's video, we are doing a series with my good friend Dr. Jason Crean where we are debunking parrot food myths and answering some of the most commonly asked parrot nutrition questions. So really excited to dive in. There's going to be lots of videos like this, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any of them. But Jason, for anyone who's unfamiliar with you, would you mind just introducing yourself for everyone?
Sure. My name's Jason Crean. I am an aviculturist. I've had birds since I was 12, and that was a very, very long time ago. And I have been interested in animal nutrition so much so that that's really what drove me to become a biologist. I currently teach biology topics at the university level. I teach courses in animal nutrition, zoo biology, evolutionary biology, to name a few. And I love talking about bird food.
Awesome. Well, with that in mind, let's dive straight in. Right, let's get into yet another controversial topic, it seems, when it comes to parrot diet, and that is fats. Should parrots have any source of fat in their diet, even from things like seeds and nuts? You see a lot of people on social media saying that they should never have seeds and nuts because they're too high in fat, they mustn't have them, they won't burn them off. Jason, what is the actual truth about whether we should offer foods with fats in the diet?
So fats are a necessary part of any diet, regardless of the species you're talking about. We need fats. Animals need fat in their diet. Um, Fat gets a bad rep because people seem to think that fat makes animals fat, but that there's many fats that don't do that, and there's many and really when it comes down to it, it's the sugar, because when we eat something like table sugar, which we should be avoiding, and read your labels because a lot of pellets will put table sugar in there to get your birds eating them. That is converted through a process called lipogenesis in the liver, and that's how we get fatty liver disease. So those types of sugars need to be avoided, not the sugars in fruit, obviously, because there's a lot of other health benefits in fruit. But when we're looking at fats, this is where seeds and nuts get a bad reputation, because they're fatty, but they have healthy fats, and those are the fats that we need for energy and to keep our cells healthy. Every cell, every animal cell, is wrapped in two layers of fats, lipids, and those regulate what comes in and out of the cell. And that's just the tip of the iceberg as far as what besides proteins, like what makes cells healthy and keeps you able to make new cells when old cells die and things like that. So, saturated fats are typically solid at room temperature. Unsaturated fats are typically liquid at room temperature, like oils. And both of those have their benefits. And so, when you're considering, removing seed from the diet altogether, you shouldn't. You should be giving a moderate amount of seed per day so that birds are getting these healthy fats. One fat that's probably the most overlooked and under offered when it comes to parrots are omega-3 fatty acids. And omega-3 fatty acids are missing in the Western diet with humans. And that's a reason why so many of us are unhealthy, because it's difficult to get them in the diet because they come in with, there's limited sources for those. Luckily, with parrots, though, we have things like walnuts and pecans and filberts like hazelnuts, pine nuts. Those are those are sources of omega-3 fatty acids, and those reduce inflammation in the body. And so those can be really, really beneficial for a host of different things, including nervous system health and things like that. And I'm convinced, after being in birds for so long, that we're doing our birds a disservice by not including omega-3 fatty acids in their hand feeding formula when we're giving them a start in life. And I think that impairs the nervous system. I think that's why we have a lot of pluckers. That's my hypothesis behind it. And I think that by adding those, we're giving our birds a much better start in life. But we need to offer them throughout their lives, and walnuts are one of the best sources. Chopped walnuts for little birds, and a walnut in the shell for your really big birds, and everything in between.
Definitely. I know quite a few of our birds really love walnuts. You can soak them as well, and they make them healthy. I've got a whole video on how to soak nuts for your bird. They even taste nice. Even I like to eat soaked nuts, and I don't like nuts. So, if I'm, giving my seal of approval, then it's worth doing. Hemp seeds as well, super nutritious. They're probably like definitely on the scale of favorite treats with a lot of our birds. So all of our birds have access to hemp seeds, and they're again a great source of omega-3s. So when we're looking at healthy fats, we're looking at these, seeds and these nuts, but there are plenty of unhealthy fats, aren't there, that we aren't going to be offering to our birds because, it's not just fat is fine. There's certain fats you should be feeding and plenty that you shouldn't, especially like human food, right?
Yeah, and in human food, we're going to see a lot of cooking oils and things like that that are just, they're not good for us. We know they're not good for us. If you don't know that, pizza and pastas and all this stuff aren't good for people, you probably need to do a little bit more research. But those often, come with a lot of these unhealthy seed oils. So we want to offer seeds and nuts in their whole form so that we know that they're getting that combination of healthy things and not human food, particularly even animal fats. Like for some reason, there's this trend on social media where people are told that bone marrow is healthy for parrots and that parrots eat this in the wild. That's a generalization that's just false. Birds should not be eating chicken bones. They should not be eating animal meat. If you want to offer animal protein, the only animal protein that they typically eat in the wild is insect protein. So mealworms and things like that are biologically appropriate for parrots to consume.
Definitely. And as do enjoy a mealworm or two, and they can synthesize their own vitamin D3, can't they?
Yeah, if you put live mealworms in the sun for just 15 to 20 minutes and then leave them for a few hours, they start manufacturing their own vitamin D3, which then your birds can consume.
Yeah. So definitely worth doing. So it's really important to really investigate what fats are worth offering to your birds, but making sure you are offering a healthy source of fat for your bird, especially from things like seeds and nuts, because they are perfectly healthy in moderation. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Jason, where can people find out more about you and what you're up to at the moment?
So I have social media channels, Dr. Jason Crean on Instagram, which is Dr. Jason Crean, Crean, on Instagram, as well as Biodiversity Bird Blends, both there and on Facebook. And then if you search Avian Raw on Facebook, that'll come up with my group, Avian Raw Whole Food Nutrition, 21,000 plus members strong.
Including the both of us. So awesome. So all the links are going to be down in the description for you to check out. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of the future videos like this. But thank you so much for watching. Take care and see you later.